On a plan this week to put more than 450 homes in this area. Why people who live around here will be there to say no.
San Diego's housing boom continues as new numbers show record growth.
The California State University system under investigation after allegations of anti-Semitism. What ramifications the system could face.
Why dog owners are no longer allowed at this Pacific Beach park.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Jane Wilkins and her 4 boys celebrate her 100th birthday.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
Breaking news right now out of Murphy Canyon, where this new video is just into our newsroom. It shows a small plane making an emergency landing on northbound lanes of Interstate 15. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel. The plane went down a little more than an hour ago, as you saw on the northbound lanes. It was near Arrow Drive. CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from near the scene. How are things looking out there now, Alex?
Oh, it's still a complete mess out here, Anna. The plane is still in the highway. This is the 15 northbound, just as you get over the Balboa Bridge here. The call first came in around 4:45 today, but first I will tell you there are no injuries reported right now. There's a small single-engine plane. It's a Cessna T206 that had to make an emergency landing in the highway median. There's no visible damage on the plane, no signs of smoke or any flames. Now, according to FlightAware, the plane lifted off from Montgomery Gibbs Airport this afternoon, made a few circles around the area before making that emergency landing. The plane was supposed to land back at the Montgomery Gibbs Airport. This has created quite the traffic issue. It has created some SIG alerts by the CHP for this area. Also, people just driving by are taking the time to stop and to look at it. So this area right now, 15 northbound, is a parking lot, pretty much going in either direction, and they still have to get the plane off the highway median somehow. Now let's go to some video that was actually sent to our newsroom. Someone who was driving on the 15 was actually able to capture the moment they saw that plane make that emergency landing. I can tell you right now, these are very large medians, probably at least about 10 to about 20 feet across. So it does appear that this plane was able to make a safe emergency landing. As I said before, no injuries are being reported in this incident, but is certainly creating quite the traffic nightmare out here on the 15 northbound past Balboa. Okay, so what's coming up here next is they do still have to get the plane out of the highway, and we'll bring you more coming up tonight at 7. Carlo?
And I'll take it, Alex. Thank you. Very grateful that there are no injuries out there. Stay with us for the very latest on this story. We'll have any updates posted on CBS8.com. You can also follow us on social media or download our free CBS 8 app.
Our other top story, it's a big week for those for and against the proposed Harmony Grove Village South project near Escondido. A developer wants to build more than 450 homes in the area and is hoping to get approval this week from county supervisors.
People who live in that area are planning to tell supervisors their concerns about fire safety and evacuation routes. CBS 8's Steve Price joins us live from the area where developers want to build the project. Steve?
Well, Anna and Carlo, if you take a look around, you can definitely see the concern from neighbors. There is a lot of dry brush out here and, quite frankly, a history of fires as well. A developer does think this is a great spot for a huge housing development, but neighbors, they disagree. It happened more than a decade ago, but for those who fled for their lives during the 2014 Cocos fire, it's still a recent horrific memory.
I just don't want to die out here. I've been through the Cocos fire. I've had to evacuate past flames.
Debbie O'Neill still lives in the Harmony Grove area, which is located in an unincorporated part of the county near Escondido. It's also where a developer wants to build 453 homes.
They're going to knock that hillside down and flatten it so that they can get more houses in there.
Debbie says she's not against new housing, saying she supported an even bigger development in the area. The difference, that project has multiple evacuation points, and this one, called Harmony Grove Village South, only has one, and potentially puts nearly 1,000 more cars on a 2-lane road that was already congested during the Cocos fire.
A bunch of people and a bunch of cars and put them in here and have to evacuate on one road.
This project has actually been in the works since 2018. but was tied up in the courts for issues unrelated to fire concerns. Those issues have now been worked out, so the developer is asking the county to approve the project at its Wednesday meeting. The developer sending CBS 8 a statement saying in part, "We must move beyond the baseless scare tactics coming from a small group of anti-housing activists that have been disproved time and again by fire, law enforcement, and evacuation experts." But neighbors say the only other way out of the proposed development is on this unimproved utility easement, which is actually currently blocked by a boulder. What they want is a real paved evacuation route that won't become a congested death trap.
We need this secondary road to make this community and the surrounding community safe in evacuation conditions, and I really hope they don't wait till there's a catastrophe, lives are lost, and we have to prove to them that this was needed. It's too late then.
Again, that county supervisors meeting is Wednesday. Talking to neighbors out here, it sounds like there are going to be dozens of speakers against the project. Carlo and Anna, we will be there as well, and we'll let you know what happens.
Great opportunity for them to let their voices be heard, Steve. Thank you. The city of San Diego's ban on beachside yoga classes is unconstitutional, according to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, upholding a prior ruling. Civil attorneys for the yoga instructors who were impacted by the ban say not a single judge on the Ninth Circuit voted to rehear the case. City leaders argued it wasn't a total ban, but a temporary summer moratorium from Memorial Day through Labor Day to manage tourist crowds at shoreline parks. Beachside yoga has been allowed to resume since the first appeals ruling in early June.
And a reminder tonight, if you are a homeowner in the city of San Diego, you have just one more day to select your new trash bin size as the city begins charging for collection services. If you don't make a selection before tomorrow, September 30th, you will be sent the largest and most expensive size and be charged accordingly. The new bins will be delivered starting next Monday. You can start the process at sandiego.gov/trash. The new fees will appear on property tax bills next month. The Trump administration is launching an investigation into allegations of anti-Semitism across all 22 campuses of the California State University system.
And is prompting concerns about what this could mean for free speech on campus and potential ramifications the university system could face. CBS 8's Steffi Roche joins us live now from San Diego State University. Steffi, what has the Cal State system confirmed?
Right. Well, CSU confirmed that the system-wide anti-Semitism complaint was filed by the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And in an email Friday that was sent to the CSU community, Chancellor Mildred Garcia wrote that the federal EEOC had initiated a system-wide anti-Semitism complaint and was reaching out to faculty and staff directly to discuss their experiences on campus. The administration at Cal State LA said Friday that EEOC has subpoenaed the university to turn over the personal phone numbers and email addresses of all employees. While it's not exactly clear why the investigation was launched, demonstrators at some CSU schools like CSU LA erected a pro-Palestinian encampment at the university in spring 2024 during a wave of campus protests against the Israel-Hamas war. Today I spoke with a legal analyst who also teaches in the business school at San Diego State University about the potential ramifications of this step.
Come out of these investigations a few things. One is there's a finding that there was no anti-Semitism or other wrongdoing on a systemic basis anyway. If there is a finding that there were policies in place that were inconsistent with federal law and federal rules and regulations, it could lead to the loss of funding, federal funding.
In February of this year, San Diego State University police launched an investigation after an anti-Semitic attack at a Jewish fraternity house on campus. The Anti-Defamation League of California also condemned the attack. Meanwhile, CSU also confirmed that they will cooperate with an investigation and the review of this investigation, but they also confirmed that they do condemn anti-Semitism. But for now, reporting live at San Diego State University, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Thank you, Steffi. There is a new push to build more border wall here in San Diego, nearly 10 miles of it.
The federal government is fast-tracking the project by waiving some environmental rules. CBS 8's Brian White shows us what's planned and what it could mean for the area.
Yeah, they're adding new wall construction in two key areas. That's here near Otay Mesa and also outside the Tecate port of entry. That's 10 miles of new barriers to increase border security.
The plan is part of a broader push to expand border infrastructure across the San Diego sector with new construction aimed at filling critical gaps and reinforcing high traffic areas. Border Patrol agent Eugene Wesley says they're adding more than just walls.
With the lighting, the roadways, and the technology that we're going to be adding, that'll help give agents the time to work that illicit cross-border activity more effectively.
And more than 50 miles of system upgrades are also planned along existing fences, including cameras, lighting, and patrol access roads. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says apprehensions are down in the San Diego sector. Last month, they recorded 715 encounters, a 95% decrease from August of last year.
You'll see a big difference for the work of Border Patrol agents. They're not inside processing inside the facilities. They're actually out in the field.
The new wall system is funded by H.R. 1, or the so-called Big Beautiful Bill Act, giving CBP over $46 billion through 2029 for construction and maintenance. But not everyone's on board. Lakin Jordahl with the Center for Biological Diversity says the government is waiving key environmental protections to fast-track construction.
Seeing the wildlife, the communities lose their equal protections, these laws that apply everywhere else in the country, it's heartbreaking. It's extremely concerning.
In July, the nonprofit sued the Trump administration over its use of environmental waivers at the Arizona border.
These wildlife have evolved for millennia to migrate freely across the border in search of food and water. And now we're building this solid wall that will effectively wall off the entire state of California.
CBP says there's no official timeline for construction just yet, but you can weigh in on the project through October 23rd. We've posted a link on CBS8.com. At the U.S.-Mexico border, Brian White, CBS 8.
Thank you, Brian. Another Democrat bows out in the race for California's next governor.
We've got those details still ahead, plus a surprise for dog owners after their access to a joint use field is closed. We'll tell you why and for how long.
And later, anchors away as San Diego leaders celebrate the beginning of cruise season.
And big waves continue to pound the Southern California coastline. I'm meteorologist Sean Stiles. We'll take a look at that forecast, which has got cooler temperatures in it as well.